Show you how to make really good chicken soup. So we have leftover carcass from a Sam's Club chicken. These are so good, these rotisserie chickens, but make sure and save all those bones and leftovers because it makes an excellent, excellent soup. This chicken has been boiling for about 15 minutes in the big pot of water. We're now going to turn it off, leave it covered, and let it just stand for an hour or two. Bring the carcass over now. Let it cool just a little, and then we'll get all of this good meat off of the bone. We're straining all the little pieces out now in case there's any bones in there. And pick up the rest of any goodness that's left in there. Cut up an onion, putting in a little bacon grease to saute the onions. Peel and dice some potatoes. Add some chicken broth and your diced potatoes. Now that the chicken is cool, we're separating the good meat from all the bones. You do have to be careful, don't get any of those little tiny ones in your meat. When you pull the chicken off the bone, I usually squeeze it real good and pinch off little pieces. That way I'm sure there's no little tiny bones in it. All the onions and potatoes are cooked now. They're tender, so we're adding the chicken. Now I'm adding a little seasoning to the broth. This is thyme, and we'll put in some garlic, and we'll put in some salt. Pour all of that back in the soup. Now I also love to put in leftovers from some other meal. So this is broccoli that's very tender. It's already been heated and cooked and served once, but we're just gonna snip it up and add this to the soup for a little extra flavor. Putting the chopped broccoli in next. Now to thicken your soup, see how delicious this is looking, but it's a little watery even though it's got lots of good stuff in it. So really easy way to thicken a soup without using white flour is to put in some instant potato flakes. Another way you can thicken soups is to just get a little water and stir in some cornstarch until it's thick and pour it into your hot soup. We're pouring in the cornstarch and water mixture directly into the soup. Give it a good stir, and we're going to need to let this simmer now for a while with the lid off. Now, I know I said I'm making chicken soup, but I like to put in a little something surprising sometimes, and this is a pumpkin soup that is also got butternut squash and some other vegetables pureed in it. And so I'm going to put this in for a little more pizzazz. So you can put in all kinds of other things, like don't forget about cream of mushroom soup that you might use in casseroles more than for soup, but it also makes a great addition to your chicken soup itself. Look at that. That is fun when you can add just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and your soup is going to turn out great. Just taste it as you go along, and this is going to be great. Be sure and turn the soup off well before you're going to serve it because it'll stay hot, but it'll be a lot easier to eat, and the flavors meld together great. I'm going to try this now. And yep, that is great.